It was 34 years ago that I started the organization of Joy International. I had one goal in mind, to search for the least of these. That's what it showed me in the scriptures, and as a literalist, I wanted to find who the least of these were. I roamed the streets of third world countries in South America, in Africa, India, throughout Southeast Asia, always looking for the least of these. Children that had AIDS, children of lepers, children that were just living in the streets. And then it was about 7 years ago that I found what I believe was the least of these. Children that were forced into the child sex trade, trafficked for the purpose of commercial sexual exploitation, and it dramatically changed my life. Little did I know that about 7 years ago, when I learned about the child sex trade all over the world, and how devastating it was and is in the lives of so many millions, literally millions of children that are forced into what I believe to be the most evil, heinous crime perpetrated against a child since the dawn of creation. Little did I know that it would bring me to where I am today. It was 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago now, on July 19th, 2010, that I was at a garbage dump in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. We were searching for children that were at high risk of being taken by predators and sold into the brothels. Most of these children had either no parents or parents who just didn't care. They just lived in the garbage dump, searching for whatever food they could find, or maybe cans or plastic that they could sell. Well, these children were at very high risk of being taken by the predators, sold into the brothels. And I noticed that all these children that we were feeding, as I watched them eating, I noticed that they were all barefoot. I couldn't get that picture out of my mind. And when I went to my hotel room that night, I took off my shoes and socks and started to have a conversation with God. And I felt impressed to go barefoot in solidarity with these children for 1 year. So I made a commitment. I said, Lord, I'll do it. I'll go barefoot for 1 year. So at that garbage dump, we saw this little girl, about 10 years old. You can see that her clothes are just rags. And many times, this particular girl was living inside the garbage dump with her family, and well, with her father. And she collected plastic, like plastic bags, and then they would sell the plastic. But you'll notice that she was so poor that many of these children that live in the dumps, they don't have any shoes. They are all barefoot. Many times, even in the brothels, the brothel owners will take the shoes or sandals or flip-flops of the children to keep them barefoot, so it's more difficult for them to run. So the reason that I stay barefoot is in solidarity with these children. So when you participate in a Barefoot Mile, the funds that you raise will be used to help us be more successful in doing so many more rescues. So you can feel good with every step that you take. Sometimes it'll hurt a little, it's just a mile, but I've seen that some people, when they walk that mile barefoot, it hurts a little, but when you think of the end result and what it's going to accomplish, I promise you it'll be worth every step you take.